one of the things I've run into while building a bunch of different projects is that my functions get to be a big, long, ugly file. And if you've got more than 3 or 4 functions involved in your Firebase project or a Flutter project using Firebase, you'll know what I mean. So what I'm going to do here is quickly show you how I organize all of my different functions into their own files to make life easier to work with. So let's get started. I've got right here an empty Firebase project with nothing in my functions. So over here, all I've done is I've created a blank directory, and I've typed the good old Firebase init, and I've chosen the same project as I'm working on in the other screen, and we'll see how we put this together. So all you end up with is a functions directory, and normally everything will go into the index.js. I'm going to add in the Firebase admin because likely you're going to be needing this. I'm just going to be using demo stuff for this particular video, but overall, once you've got your Firebase functions going on, you'll know what you need. So let's just add that in quickly. And we'll initialize. So after that, let's use this as an example. We'll create, say, hello world and goodbye world. Goodbye cruel world. And let's say we also have a function to deal with the Firebase database that you're probably going to be running, Firestore. So let's say we've got an onCreate function, just to make something quickly here. Functions. Wait a minute for this to complete, and then we'll check it over on the front end, or on the Firebase console. Okay, so our functions have been deployed, and as you'll see, we've got the 3 functions that we created, and they're there. So if I do a test, so it gives you the URL for the HTTP requests, and we get hello world, and just because I'm in nihilistic mode today, goodbye world, goodbye cruel world. Okay, so everything is working. Great. Now if we go back to our wonderful functions. So right now, not a problem. We got 3 functions, 3 exports. Fine. But what about when we've got 10? What about when we're doing more than 1 line or 2 lines worth of work? Then, you know, it becomes pretty unmanageable. So what I like to do, and what many people do, obviously, is we put things into their own files. So let's say, for example, I'm going to do one file for profiles, one for HTTP. Sorry, let me change profiles.js, and one for web requests. So how do we pull these in? Well, let's move a profile create over to here. We need to grab the initialization functions as well. And let's grab the web requests. And so our two files are good. We've got nothing in the main index file, but now what we need is a way to pull them in. So we will do an exports.profiles equals require same directory profiles. And we'll do the same thing for web. And then we can redeploy. Now here's the thing. We are going to run into a situation where the URL will change for web requests. So if you've already got people going to a particular URL, this will cause it to change, and that's a problem for you. If not, well, then you just have to update where you're hitting inside whatever it is you need to hit a particular URL. So we'll save this and we will deploy again. All right, only need to run initialize app once, my bad. So in here, we do not need to initialize the application again. Okay, we'll do this one more time. Hopefully no more errors. Now we'll see that it's saying that we're deleting a bunch of functions. And we're not really deleting them, we're just moving them. But in the grand scheme of things, Firebase doesn't understand that. So it sees that we're deleting 3 and we're creating 3. So we'll say yes. Okay, and we're done. So you will notice if you were following along with the logs, what we've got here is the new URL. So from hello world, it will be to web-hello world, and function profile on create become profiles-profile on create. So I won't redeploy here, but what I normally will do if I've moved things is, because it's already namespace to profiles, I will just change profile on create to just on create. That's what I would do. You can name anything the way you want. I just like keeping things clear. So if we switch back over to the console, we will see, so if we have a look here before I do the refresh, / goodbye cruel world or goodbye world, if I refresh, we now have web-goodbye world and web-hello world, and as mentioned before, profiles-profile on create. This one doesn't really matter other than the fact that it's a bit ugly, but again, the ones you have to worry about are the HTTP requests, because the URL does change. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I will add the web-to-goodbye world here to prove that it works, and it works. And there you have it. That is how you take a bunch of functions and separate them all into their own particular files. Thanks very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Have a great day.